Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Dr. J.
Hey girl, I miss
I
you.
missed you too.
Ah,
I
we're
missed
back
you.
like we never
Yeah,
left.
that's right. Back like we never left. Sipping on some hot tea, baby. It's been steeping for a minute, but it's
Yes,
ready now.
indeed.
It's ready. It's ready. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about. Woo,
Yes.
how you been doing, girl?
Hey, I've been doing. So that's a good thing. Keeping busy, working hard, working a job that pays me to support my dream till my dream could pay me. That's what I've
Amen.
been up
I
to.
heard that.
That's what I've been up to.
Keep
And
dreaming.
watching the
Keep working.
news, watching the
Yes, indeed.
entertainment.
Yes, indeed. Oh, there been some entertainment, honey, these last couple of days, honey.
These last few weeks been something.
Oh
It's
my
like,
goodness.
wow.
You ready
It
to
could
get
be a
into it?
blockbuster.
You ready to get into
I'm ready. Look, I've been
it?
stuck in it anyway. I just been waiting to find somebody to talk about it with. So yeah, let's get it. You know what's out there on everybody's social media page and everybody's cell phone conversation, text messages. The
Right,
slap
right, right.
heard around the world. Or should I say seen around the world?
Go ahead and open up the story.
Yeah, maybe we should say the slap that was seen around the world. So by now, you got to be under a rock if you don't know that Will Smith must have come out of his body and went up on that stage and slapped, as my grandma would say, the taste out Chris Rock's
Not
mouth.
the taste.
The taste. I think he probably numbed him. Along with him being in shock, he probably numbed him. And so everybody's talking about now, everybody's got different of opinions about whether Will was wrong, whether he should have done that or not, whether Chris Rock was wrong. And so it has been some real interesting things coming out of that, even as much as conversations about people who say, well, why are jokes always made at the expense of Black women? But I don't think it's personally that it's just made at Black women. There's a lot of comedians that I watch or listen to do their routines. They find comedy in talking about the cultural differences and the diversity. So I think it's kind of equal when it comes to wanting to do jokes on women. But I've seen some groups, Dr. J, that have asked the question, well, why is Jada being seen as the victim? So that's had some interesting feedback for people that think she's seen as the victim or they see her as the bad guy, as the bad person in this, even though she's not the one that went on the stage and slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. You have some people that are saying, Jada is at fault for this too. Well, at the end of the day, she didn't actually look over to him and say with her mouth, boo, you need to go up there and handle that. Maybe they got this eye thing going on. She might have looked at him, and said, that was foul. And maybe she looked at him in a way like you need to handle that, but I don't think she meant for him to go up there and handle it like that. So some people say, well, hey, he was just defending Jada. He was defending his woman. But, you know, I got four words about that. Will handled it wrong. That's my opinion. He handled it wrong.
Wow, wow,
Even
wow.
if you want to, me personally, I was like, well, I've heard worse jokes and worse things said by comedians about women, about people, period. And, Jada rolled out. She didn't appreciate being the subject of the joke. You can understand that. But I personally didn't think that it was that offensive. I think from some of the videos I've watched where she's talked about going through this journey of dealing with alopecia and going ahead and cutting her hair so people wouldn't be questioning her about what was going on there. She seemed as though, she had stepped into it and was ready to embrace it and deal with it. And I think she looks, beautiful, but she probably just didn't, like being the center of attention with that joke. But I don't think Chris, said it in a mean, offensive way that I will say this: if you're gonna go up and slap a man like that, you need to have called his woman out of her name. For that kind of slap, I mean, you gonna get slapped like that. He would have called her out of her name, but he didn't. I just I think everybody was at first, is this a routine? Or even Chris, I think seeing Will walk up on him was like kind of laughing, like Will gonna, come up on the stage and maybe just do something silly or goofy, like we think he does when he plays. But this man actually walked up and did black on black crime assault.
One playing today.
Okay,
Will say
black
he's
on
super,
black
y'all.
assault. Everybody was like, "You just knocked him into next Wednesday." He was shocked. He was like, "Wow." And I guess people realized he was serious, Dr. J. Really, when they saw the slap and maybe they thought it was staged, but when he sat down and proceeded to verbally assault Chris Rock and curse him out like that, that's when I knew for sure that Will had went to a dark place. And so some people, are supporting what he did. Some are saying he was wrong, and some are pulling Jada in. And you just, I'm sure he didn't realize that this was gonna wake the whole sleeping dragon up. Now you got memes about August. You got me. I mean, it's some ugly stuff out there. Now when he need to sleep somebody, when they saying things like, you talking about him keeping your wife's name out of his mouth, you need to be dealing about what's being in her mouth, stuff like that I've seen on Twitter. So,
and people are so stupid, really. What goes on in other people's marriages are their business. I read Will book, the best book I ever read.
okay.
Oprah Winfrey said the same thing. But, I think people really need to, before we try to judge other people, just take a breath. Why we always got to give our opinions? Why we always got to say who's right, who's wrong? I look at situations like this and say, okay, what can we learn from this? Let's break this down. So from the beginning, when he said the joke, Will did kind of laugh a little bit. But when he looked over at his wife's face and saw the disgust on her face, he felt like he had to do something to protect or to console her. And so I'm thinking, when he got up out of his chair, what were his thoughts? Did he immediately know that he was going to hit him? Did on the way there, he was thinking, okay, what am I going to do when I get up here? So I'm thinking, okay, what other course of action could he have done since he jumped up out of his chair? So he already out of his chair. So something got to happen. So what are you going to do? The other thought that I had was, let me put myself in both people's shoes. Let me put myself in Will Smith's shoes. Let me put myself in Chris Rock's shoes. So when I put myself in Will Smith's shoes, the fact that his wife suffered from, and I knew this, I had heard the story somewhere. I knew that joke was inappropriate. So just think about, if somebody saying something about your mom, your husband, your loved one that is sick, and you've seen them struggle with this, it is going to make you react some type of way. And Funky Dineva always says this, and I agree. You can't get mad at, you can't come at somebody and hit below the belt and tell them how to react. You just can't do it. My other thought is, and I have been doing this maybe for the last 10 years, when I'm studying my behavior, and me trying to improve who I am. My affirmation to myself is, work on your reaction. Work on your reaction. That's the only thing I can control, is my reaction.
Yeah.
Now, when I put myself in Chris Rock's position, listen, Lord have mercy.
Chris was like, wait, it's just a joke. But Dr. J, he did say, okay, maybe that was bad.
Let me say this. I thank God, for the restraint that he displayed. Listen, I know my triggers, because I share my story of being abused, being raped, being molested. Don't put your hands on me. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care where you from. I don't care how long you've been on this earth. Don't put your hands on me. We're going to have a serious problem, point blank, and the period. And, you know, of course, I'll work on my reaction. Yeah. But we all can sit back and say, I would have done this. I wouldn't have done that. What I would, shoulda, coulda, woulda, until you get in these tough situations where you got to make on-the-fly decisions.
And that's the thing, the impulse. You got to learn how to, like you said, I got to work on the reaction. You have to work on the impulse, or as I train sometime on emotional intelligence. And it's not always easy. You got to be focused on it. You got to think about where you are, what you're going to do, But like you said, it happened, I guess, so fast. And I think personally part of it that made him jump up like that was, like you said, if he laughed, then he looked over at her, and that look of your wife looking like, really? And you laughed about it too. The disgust might have been at him, and he realized, oh man, I was wrong to do that. So what am I going to do now? What do I got to do? And he reacted when, if you had been practicing on some restraint, or trying to be more focused on there, you might have been, well, you know what? Maybe in a joking matter said something like, Chris, man, you crossed the line. And, maybe at some other opportunity, talk to him about that and let him know how that made Jada feel. Chris may have even apologized, if they had a one-on-one conversation. Or maybe when he got his Oscar, he could have brought it up that way. That's another way you could have dealt with it. But at the end of the day, just to see the picture, Dr. J, it really, in a way, disappoints, even though, like you said, when you get in that situation, your emotions can get involved. But when I look at the pictures that they show and just see him slap that man, I get a little sick in the stomach because I was like, wow, all these people had to see this black man assault another black man on TV, on this large medium where everybody could see it. And then you walk away as though, I guess because you were angry, as though you this big man, you did this thing, and then you curse that man out like that. And Chris did great to try to pull it together and hold it together and keep going. But like you said, if you put yourself in Chris's place, I guess it's shame on both sides. Maybe you both feel kind of embarrassed or ashamed by what happened. So,
and people, and that's a good point. That's a good point. People already feel bad enough when they get in situations like that. Why do we have to make them feel worse? And half of these people call themselves Christians, beat people up when they make mistakes. Where is the love? What does that look like? I mean,
you can tell though too. I would say this too, even as Christians that are not perfect people too, there are a lot of times when you initially will say the things you want to say or feel in the moment with what you saw. But then at what point do you also step back and say, because one of the things I was looking at today was, wow, with that happening like that, Will has got some issues and got some things going on too. And I don't think it's just about the joke. And maybe it's a combination of things that have piled up because, they brought up the fact that they kind of have a history of when Chris Rock hosted before, some of the things he said, about Jada making jokes and stuff. And maybe my mama used to say, when it get up to here, she let it pile up and build up and then you react. But that's not a good thing. And so maybe it should have been addressed before. But like you said, maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's done now. And so now you stand at the crossroads of what happens now. How does what you did affect your future or your image?
And I don't even think that's for us to discuss because it's not really going to affect us. But I really want to know why people have unrealistic expectations for other people, but not for themselves.
I think it's a combination of it's a host of issues. Yep. Curtis says it's a host of issues. Yeah, I think part of it is the image that people, when you see them on screen and television, and they play these parts and these roles, and the way they usually present themselves to you, you create this idea in your head of who you think they are, and the way that you see them, even if they're in a character role, is the way sometimes people expect them to always be. And
So they
so
can't be human. You make
they
mistakes and you want somebody to extend grace to you, you know. But when we see other people in these situations, it's like we can't wait to give our opinion. We can't wait to, you know what I'm saying? What if that was you? That has always been my thought. What if that was you?
It's just like with the pastors. They'll say, "Well, he's a pastor and he did this and he did that," but you do realize he's human too, and the enemy is going to try him also, and he's going to try to make him fall also and make mistakes. And
Listen,
so they crucify him instead of saying, "Wow, let's pray for him," because now it's at that point. Me personally, I'm like, it's some things going on with Will, but too. Now it's some things I think are going to be going on a lot with Chris Rock. Both of them are have been emotionally, I think, affected by this,
well,
emotionally and mentally.
anytime things like this happen, let me see if I can find that tweet where they said Chris Rock shows and sold out. Chris Rock
Really,
shows and sold out. So it has affected him financially in his favor, but the means,
yeah, the memes have been ruthless, baby. They've
baby,
been.
when I tell you this internet plays no
It is
games,
ruthless. It is ruthless.
they play
See,
no
see,
games.
it's a horrible picture though, man. That
The
picture
pursuit
just
of
sad.
celebrities.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see. It really. That one was wild.
Right.
You can't slap Creek Rock.
Listen,
Yeah.
somebody said, listen, this how he would have been looking. He would have slapped me.
Now that's bad. Now that's bad. That is bad.
And they couldn't leave my boy out. Listen.
Oh, beat you next. Oh yeah, I heard them talking about Kanye too. So
Listen,
this,
did you see
yeah,
the one with the governor? The governor had to weigh, the Mississippi governor weighed in, and he was like,
oh, I
he didn't
did.
watch
And that
the
girl said
Oscars,
you
but Chris has a tough chin. And down in the comments, somebody said, they
said
said, you
you next.
next.
And so I was like, she don't watch it, she next. See, I ain't gonna come
I
get her.
was like, man, these people
Yeah,
crazy.
it's bad, But like you said, sometimes you never know what you'll do in that instance. But from sitting back here, Dr. J, I would say if I were in her place and it were Jason and I and we were in that setting, I would hope that he wouldn't go up and handle it that way, but trust and believe that he and I would address that right then behind a curtain or something, and I would expect my husband to step up and say something about it. Or I'll put it this way, try to do it before I got to him. Let's see. Wow.
So Curtis said, Terry
Yeah.
Crews said a big name producer grabbed his butt while
Hmm.
he was with his wife. He chose to be nonviolent. With so
Hmm.
much that happens, at what point do people understand? They don't have to agree, but at what point do the reactionary violence is understood? Listen, I'm gonna make them understand, Curtis. I'm gonna make them understand. Listen, I got triggers and I know my triggers.
You're
Don't put
right,
your
right.
hands on me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't
Dr.
care
J
what
said ain't
position
no
you
money you
hold.
can pay.
It ain't no position you can hold. Like I said, I don't care where you come from. I don't care how long you've been on this earth. None of that matters. Don't put your hands on
I
me.
was
I
like,
just got a reaction. My reflex just react.
and that's what he did. I mean, think about that. To get up at the Oscars and walk up on the stage in front of all these people and slap the daylights out, just numbed his whole jaw.
You know,
And once Chris took it off, he was trying to play it off because he's a comedian, and he tried to keep it going, but you could
he
tell he
should got
was
an Oscar for that.
he was
But
shook by it. Yeah.
I'm sick of people saying in front of all them white people. I don't give a damn about all them white people. Like,
Yeah,
y'all still putting on for white people? Come on, come off the plantation. And I'm
right.
sick of
That
hearing people saying that he made black people look bad. What one does do not make everybody look bad. That's still a plantation mentality.
but they
Stop
unfairly try to
it.
group us.
Stop
You
trying to
know,
stop letting them group us, and you stop grouping us.
Marcus
Come on,
Garvey.
y'all.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
think beyond of what they have put in our heads.
They try to. That's how they look at it. They group us. And it's interesting you said that because it was in a group too that mentioned that they did that in front of these white people, in front of these white people. Well, yeah, it happened in front of them. They were there, but that wouldn't have been the first thing or
Who
one of the
cares?
things
Why
that
do they
crossed
put
my
white
mind.
people? Why do they keep putting white people up here and they don't even see it that they doing this to themselves? The fact that
Yeah,
you made the analogy uh that they
yeah,
was in the room, who cares? What their
yeah,
presence in the room means more than other people present in the room. I
and
feel
they
like
just
he still should have given
giving
honor
honor
to
to his
his
wife.
wife. What that mean? You said he should have given honor to his wife. Who?
Maybe are you talking about the comedian or Will?
Oh
Because
yeah, he
even
could be talking about the other story.
he just it's a to me just a bad. Did you see a black
Yep.
man
They
defend a
need
black wife?
they need
Yeah, but did you have to
to
do it on another black man because of that? I just don't. Like you said,
listen.
it was a reaction, and he regrets that reaction right now. He probably yeah, he should have handled it, but I hate that it was handled that way, like redeem her will. You say redeem her will. What do you mean? Redeem her will.
Listen.
I
You
would
know,
have told Jason, let's get him in the back.
the same people that on the internet talking about, violence is never an option, was the same people that was all for January the 6th.
January 6th.
Like,
What? Okay, that's the end of the show right
man,
there.
these people know they double talk, and I'm sick of it. They for violence when, it's for them, but when I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the double talk. I'm sick of the double standards. Like,
So let me ask you this, Dr. J. So what do you think about what I have read, and you've probably seen where they were saying that at that moment after that occurred, that the members of the academy were trying to decide whether or not they were going to actually ask him to leave or escort him out at that moment. Do you think that's something that they should have done?
how
You
long
said
did
what
it take you to try to decide? First of all,
during
listen.
commercial break.
Listen, it would have been worse if they would have tried to escort Will Smith out of the Oscars. It would have been even bigger. They would have made the situation worse. So
Jada might would have got in on it then.
everybody, I text Ingenue. Of course, she didn't respond right after it happened. I was like, "You gonna help Will fight?"
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
I see when he got the mic, he should have said something about her, like giving her honor.
What do you
I
say?
don't know. The same was towards his wife. Oh well, I think that's what I said earlier, and I was saying maybe that that Will could have at that point addressed it when he got his Oscar, because sometimes you can say things and people pick up on it right then, and the light bulb might have came on for him then, with Will saying he loved her and things you do for love, and at that point maybe have addressed it. But again, Dr. J, like you said, maybe coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's done now. So now there's going to be, I think, some type of consequence for that because of the platform that it was done on and how it was done. And I just hate to see, the picture of it. Man, I hate to see that. I hate to see that. So let's hope,
What I
let's
know
just
for
keep
sure
living.
is all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. There are no mistakes. Even the things we don't want to happen, the things we don't like that it happen, they happen for a reason. And
They have it for a reason, and we all get in our flesh and have to deal with the consequences. Yes, the consequences. Curtis said the consequences is don't talk about my wife.
period. Period. That's why Curtis, my friend, period.
Oh
That's why Curtis. You can see the difference in the real men responses and the little boys responses, because again, when that's your wife and these people are disrespecting you on this stage in front of everybody.
So what if that was in a different situation and it wasn't Will Smith? It was just somebody in the audience with their wife. Comedians tease people about what they have on, what their hair looks like, or what they look like, and they don't know what's going on.
All of that is fine, but when somebody is dealing with a sickness, whether Chris knew that or not, that's beside the point. You know that you have seen this person suffer and cry because their hair is gone. Like Chris did that documentary, Good Hair. He know how women honor their hair and how much it means to them.
And he said, I think after he said it, he realized, because he was like, oh, okay, well, it wasn't that bad. But I don't, even with that, I just, he wasn't expecting Will to get up on. Man, look, at the end of the day, grown folks, hey, free will is a beast. You know that? Free will is a beast. And you have to deal with whatever consequences come between that. Only thing I can say at this point is, everybody, like you said, they know their triggers and they know what caused them to go off. And it's a lot of times we do stuff and later on we say, man, if I should have just, handled it a different way, but it's done then. And so now the both of them have to just deal with whatever consequences come. All I know is, depending on what you say about Jason Brookins, baby, you might get the business, and I I do my best.
I'm just saying, you're human, and hey, Curtis said, hey, y'all can let this freedom of speech mess you up if you want. Don't let this freedom of speech get you messed up, baby.
Oh my God, I hate it. I hate that it happened between the both of them. I just all of them. I hate that. I do. Listen. All jokes aside, I hate that it happened. But
I'm just saying,
just be careful what you say about me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Be prepared. I'm telling you, hey, y'all can use that sword in your mouth, the tongue, all you want to. Just be prepared for the repercussions, because hey, everybody don't play the game. Everybody don't think it's funny. Everybody ain't trying to be. They don't care. Hey, so
and he reacted, and that's we all do it. Sometimes we react, and later on step back and say, "Man, I should have handled that differently." But it happens, and I hate to see it, especially one black man slapping the taste out of the mouth of another black man. But like you said, sometimes it happens.
Listen, Cain killed Abel. That's what I gotta say. Cain killed Abel.
Look, I know they hated that.
When people act like violence, they ain't never seen or heard violence before in their life. Cain killed Abel.
I don't think they was expecting it on the Oscars, though. That's the thing. They wasn't expecting it there. They just wasn't expecting it there. And that's why I think people thought it was a joke at first. When he first did it, I was like, he joking, he kidding. But when Will sat down, when Will cussed him, he came from his belly and it was based on his voice. I said,
people say cuss words so they want to get your attention. They want you to know I'm not effing playing. Take my wife's name out your effing mouth.
And Chris didn't know what to do. He was like, I will. Chris was in shock.
I will. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hey, I got enough going on over here. So y'all.
I meant to say this about Marcus. I meant to say this about Marcus.
That girl said they can get them holy hands.
Marcus said, I want to see them sit down and have a conversation about this too, Marcus.
Yeah, I would.
This is the way to move on.
That's gonna be a red table.
Katisha, baby, listen. You better know. Hey, Jesus, I tell people, Jesus is with me even when I go wrong. He know his girl. He know me. I be like, Jesus, please don't let them come with this BS today, because today is not the day. We know.
You say Jesus turned over some tables. I mean, I know he got tired. He turned over some
So I'll be
tables.
telling Jesus, the fact that you let this happen, you already know it's about
Oh,
to
and
go
he's
down.
sweet. He said,
Well,
Dr.
thank
J,
you,
you are so
Marcus.
beautiful.
I'm single. Oscar
Watch this.
so
Watch me be
DC
messy.
award.
Marcus, Dr. J, the only one you see on this screen. Can you honor me? Okay. I might not be your wife, but you know, it's my LOL. Okay, then. Shirley said Jesus slapped those people in the church.
Woo, baby.
Yeah, okay, honey.
Listen, I tell
Yes.
people all the time, Peter cut the man ear off.
Cut it. Slice it.
Peter cut the man ear off, and Jesus put it back because he didn't want no motherfucking problems.
Because he want no problems. Put it back on there, Peter.
He put it back
now,
on
Peter,
there.
you done ran out. Put the ear back. But see, he can't get the taste. You can't get that feeling back in Chris' face. Chris' face probably, you got to go see somebody. Get a Botox shop or something. You have to get something done. The word was long.
When people learn stuff or read stuff, they don't apply it to their lives. Like, that's what learning is, a change in behavior. You know what I'm saying? When I read something or study something, I try to incorporate it in my life, and it should change my behavior. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't change your behavior, if you're still doing the same thing you did 10, 20, 30 years ago, then are you really educated? Are you really, elevated? That's not everybody's goal, to be educated. I had to realize and accept that. Mm-hmm. Everybody doesn't have dreams. People are just here existing. He said, you are too.
I see him try. He fixed it. Yeah, he smoothed it over. He didn't want me to walk up on stage on it. He went on and straighten that out. He straightened that out.
That's right.
He straightened that out. I appreciate that, Mr. Gordon. We appreciate the interaction and feedback.
Yeah, that clip when the man walked up in the pulpit and started jumping up.
Pretty much.
It was the first row where the clip that was going around where the man walked up in church and started jumping on the other man.
Oh,
and the
my God. See, that's just too much. Y'all just ran out of order.
Y'all better leave these people alone.
Because people ain't stable.
Keep your mouth
got issues.
Off people.
Now, that's what your grandmama say right there. Keep your mouth off folks.
He went back and took a seat like he had just got an award. He sure did, Marcus.
I saw something on social media where they were like, he wouldn't have done that to Dave Chappelle. Now, baby, that or Cat Williams or Dave Chappelle, baby, that would have been an interesting Oscar night indeed, baby. They had to go to commercial and not come back. Right, that picture right there. That's how that would have went.
These folks are so crazy.
They would have gave him what he came for. But oh well, long
and
time.
Because I do want to talk about my girl Anjanou and how she looked in her dress and
tangerine dream.
Yes, indeed. Any other comments, you guys, or thoughts about this Will Smith, Chris Rock issue? Yes, and look, also say, I got tired of seeing all the different range of comments online. By the end of the first day, I was over it.
You were tired. You were done with it. Yeah, baby. They're going to run that all week.
These people got thoughts about every damn thing. Let me get off Beyonce internet before I say something to these folks. Like, I didn't respond. Like, you're not going to change these people's mind. Why go back and forth with them? So, hey, let people write what they write. All righty. That's right. Anjanou is amazing.
I love her.
Curtis, that's how we met. We met through Anjanou, and we have become the best of friends. Us taking the group of students and citizens to DC to protest about the flag.
I remember that.
Curtis was there with the filming crew, and that's how we met.
Okay.
And we've been friends ever since.
Okay, well, please let her know. I'd watch this. I'd love to do lunch sometime, darling. Let's talk about that dress. Yes,
Yes,
darling.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Look at
Hmm.
her in this dress.
Baby,
You
she looked like an orange covered in chocolate dripping on the
guys.
sides. You could
Yeah,
just peel her, baby.
I was just in awe just seeing Ingenue make her rounds. Like when I tell you, I am so happy for her to see
Yes,
her on Jimmy Kimmel, to see her
yes,
on the Breakfast Club, to see her on Wendy Williams show. Like, man, I am so happy for my
yeah.
girl.
It's her season and her time. She's an amazing actress. I love everything. She's one of those people that if she's gonna be in it, you know that it's gonna be good and it's gonna have an impact and a lasting impression and message. Those are the kind of roles she plays. She reminds me kind of Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson was always very particular about the roles that she played, and so that's
Yes,
what I think
indeed.
about her.
She is powerful. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's what
Did you
lady
see what the
said.
lady?
Tiffany costume dress.
Oh yes, I saw when Tiffany said, "This is not a costume, darling. This is an evening gown, honey.
I
Honey, this is
heard
what
that.
money looks like, baby." She
Now,
got frustrated. The lady said, "Oh," she said, "Time of death now."
oh my gosh, I missed that.
Yeah, she had died on the red carpet.
Oh my goodness. Dave C wouldn't have joked about Jada. Oh, okay.
We got a lot of comments coming through. I'm trying to put them up. She came for the
All
gods.
right now, Marcus,
Yes,
what you
she
say with
did.
all
Was
S's?
looking good. Yes, love her. Listen, the type of
Yes.
film, I'm so happy to see Ingenue get her just due.
She
Listen,
is Curtis.
do y'all remember her being Mary Ann in Ray? That was one of my favorite roles of her.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the role she played Aminatu in Book of Negroes.
Oh, yes, yes. She did an amazing
Listen,
job.
listen.
She did an amazing job in that.
Her body of work is impeccable.
Yes,
And this is
ma'am.
just the beginning. And so I am excited to see, what's going to come of this. This is just the beginning. And to
Yeah.
see Will Smith talk about her and go and watch the Essence speech that Will introduced her. I don't have his
Oh,
part,
okay.
but I do have a part of her speech. This lady is so powerful. Just listen to her talk about.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
described God in this video.
My God, she dark. She black. She got micro beads. She got a twist out and a bonnet on at night. She smelled like Fashion Fair and Sand and Sable. Her womanist self, her lips be shining. Her front teeth got a gap in between. She did what she did without the need, I'm gonna make you mad, without the need for feminism. She had no need for it because it had no place for her. Women like Alice Walker who say that this is a secondhand language and I can name myself. They have no need, my God has no need for a seat at the table because he built the house. She built the house.
Baby.
Okay. I'd have thrown my shoe like at church. You better say that.
That's
yes,
right.
she
That's
did,
right.
Marcus. She did pay.
Baby,
She
she
did say
played
Maddie
that.
Husband.
She played that. She played that.
And
Listen.
she speaks with such passion. Whenever she speaks with such passion. I just want to run up to her and just hug her.
Listen,
Like
y'all,
we
listen.
girlfriends.
When I tell you how my life has been blessed just by knowing this lady, the conversations that we had, especially working on that flag issue, she opened my eyes to things that I did not know. Like I learned about not only the Sovereignty Commission because of her, I learned about so much history about that flag, and it really changed how I present to my students. I started teaching them more about, the flag, the Sovereignty Commission, all these things that no one taught us about. And so she has a degree in African American studies.
See, that's on my
Listen,
list. Let
y'all
me
think
just
this
guess.
sister, baby, when I tell you this sister is
She
bad,
know hers. Okay, then she know her.
if
All
you
right.
also notice, you have never seen her wear any type of weave, long flowing. She keep her African connections. That's another
Mhm.
thing I picked up from her. Just learning to love your natural.
Oozing her natural African self, her
Yep,
beauty, her
yep,
chocolate. That's why I said she looked like a orange dipped in chocolate,
man.
a
A
dessert. You
goddess.
tell her I said, tell her Brookie said you look like a dessert dipped in chocolate.
Oh my goodness. Yes,
Make
indeed.
sure you let her know that.
And Will Smith said it best. She is the strongest, most humble person that I know.
That's awesome.
Yep, yep, yep. So yeah, we want to give our old Mississippi native a little love.
A shout out. That's all right. That's all right. Oh baby.
Baby, 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 we in there.
Can I
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we in there.
Can
Yeah.
we just okay. Okay, Ketanji. The name is just gonna make it. It's gonna make
Baby,
them mad.
Ketanji
Ketanji.
Brown Jackson,
Ketanji,
honey.
baby.
Honey, honey,
Confirm KGB, hunty.
honey,
Yeah.
come through.
Now, all I can say is, hey, well, first of all, the Republicans didn't disappoint that they were gonna be absolute buttholes about it. But you know what? That's okay. Cause come on, what next week is the next Monday? The committee's gonna
They
meet.
can't stop the show.
They gonna review her nomination, then they gonna vote that next following Monday, I think. And everybody votes on what? April the 4th. The 4th, we're gonna be waiting. We're gonna be waiting because it's coming. I feel pretty good about it that she is gonna be in a she has been grilled, but she is a tough sister. And they grilled her like that, but yet,
First of
she
all, hold
has
on. Let me
more.
correct you. They did not grill her because they weren't even asking her anything relevant to what she's
But
going to
that's
be
what I'm
doing.
saying. That's what I'm
They was
saying.
bringing up issues that's important to them that she couldn't even speak on. If you paid attention to what they was doing,
I
they was
know they were
really
trying to
putting
pressure.
the Republican message and issues out there. They weren't
To
grilling her
make
on
try to make
anything.
her look bad. Well, that's why I
Exactly.
said they didn't disappoint with the stuff that they were gonna bring, but nobody wants to bring up the fact that she's got what more judicial experience than at least four of the current judges that's sitting on the Supreme Court now. But you don't want to bring that up and talk about that.
She's the
For
most
me,
qualified
it
of
stood out that
everybody.
they right, and it stood out that they kept trying to push, to get her to commit when it comes to do you have a judicial philosophy. Then they tried the critical race theory thing on her. She went on to shut that down. I thought that was funny because she was like pretty much saying, look, I didn't come here to talk about that. I don't know nothing about no book list. I came here to let you know that I'm qualified to be a judge. And they just kept trying to make her say, well, what's your judicial philosophy? What they're trying to
What
put
is
her
a
in a
woman?
box and lock her
What
in.
is a woman?
Uh,
Do you hear when they ask her what is a woman?
that's crazy. Just that's what I'm
Stupid
saying. Just
question to
crazy
try
stuff
to
that's not
prep her.
relevant. But they say, well, the judicial philosophy thing is so important because the most important thing Supreme Court judge has to do, they have to interpret the Constitution. So in order to do that and to address all three categories, you have to be able to have a judicial philosophy. But she keeps saying, I have a methodology. I'm neutral. I look at the evidence. I look at the evidence, I look at the facts, and then I make a neutral decision.
Based on
So,
the law. So
based on the
your
facts.
personal what philosophy doesn't even matter because you got to follow the law.
But they're trying to say that you as a judge you have to pick one of these three. And just listening to her though, Dr. J, I would say if she did have to lock one down, it would probably be originalism, because she mentioned how she looks at the Constitution and what it means right then when it's written. What were they trying to say? And so to me, in a way, she answered the question, but they want her to commit and put her in a box. And to me, that's just so you can turn around and try to point a finger at her, even with that. then they want to bring up the what child pornography case. I was like, anybody surprised at how this is going? Nobody.
But let me tell you, oh Corey, baby, when I tell you the black men that's been coming through for black women,
yeah,
boy,
Cory
I
Booker.
tell you, oh Cory Booker.
He brought her to tears. I was like, all right, Cory.
He brought everybody to tears. He was like, you remind me of my mama. You remind me of your ancestors, my ancestors.
Great grandma.
You deserve this, and you are qualified. Baby, that little one tear. That little one tear. She been holding that little one tear in.
Yeah, and it just rolled. And you saw the picture of her daughter. They took a picture of her daughter watching her, and that was so powerful. It just spoke volumes, because that's your daughter looking at you. But just imagine all the little black girls that you are giving so much hope and so many aspirations to by looking at you.
Thanks, Curtis. We hate to see you go. Man, I appreciate you been there from the beginning. So you have seen this show, sustain the test of time. 5 years. We here, baby.
Mr.
I'm looking at the bigger picture. I was telling you today. Think about this array. Think about how these people get started on the internet. So people laugh at you now and see what you're doing. But listen.
I have values. That's right.
It's not how you start off. It's how you
finish. It.
I want to get comfortable in these type of environment because I know what God put me here to do, and that I'm going to be on national platforms. And so, He just getting me ready. Get me ready.
You got to be faithful over it. So yeah,
yes,
we gotta treat this like it's most valuable thing to us, to show Him we appreciate being in this spot right now.
And if it's just you and I that show up, it's just you and I. We're gonna make it happen.
Do it.
Yep.
2 or 3. He made 3, so we in the house. Curtis Nichols, I'm gonna call you. Look here.
We outnumbered. Yes, we're gonna move on over there to the new studio. I can't wait and come and do a tour just for a view of the silk. And like I was telling you, the rest of the people with the show, that I want us to start going to different events and covering events. Like we really can take this to the next level.
And doing it at different locations. That'll be awesome.
Doing different locations, doing red carpets, interviewing people at different events. And
let's do it. You already on a national platform. Oh, Tammy, that's so sweet.
Oh,
despise not small beginnings. You better say it, Marcus.
Yes, indeed. Oh, they said the same.
That's right.
They said the same thing. Don't make me shout up in here.
You better do it. Watch it. You better lift up, hold her hands. Don't slap nobody, but lift up. That's all right. Yes, sir.
So I believe.
Let's one of the things I hope for too, Dr. J, with Judge Ketanji. That's right. Dream. Because dreams become real.
Like sitting on my desk, baby, to remind myself, honey,
visions
keep dreaming.
Dreams.
No matter how tough things get, keep dreaming.
And
no matter when they start talking, keep dreaming. No matter when you get tired, keep dreaming. When things get tough, when you think about your dream, that's why it's important to write down your goals. Because things throw you off and you just, you get frustrated. And sometimes you have to go back and read your reason.
What you put down, why?
Why are you doing all this?
The song say encourage yourself. Sometimes you got to
say write the vision and make it plain on paper. That when they read it,
they may run. You better say it. Yeah, you finna mess around and get a shout hallelujah.
I told you, people read stuff and don't apply it to their lives.
You gotta do it.
I've been trying to apply this stuff to my life. So,
because you're going to a different level and you have to change your mindset. And you know what, too, is important? You dream. Absolutely right. You have to be around people. Tammy, you might have seen my post that said, when you have a vision, make sure you got the right people around you so that they can see that vision too.
One of my favorite stories. And it's so important. I studied motivational speakers. Steve Harvey he loved to quote Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein said, "Your imagination is everything.
Yep.
Your imagination is everything." He said, "It
That's where
is
it
the
starts.
preview of life coming attractive."
Yeah,
It's
I
like
saw
a
that quote.
trailer. It's like a trailer on what's about to happen in your
Wow.
life.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was powerful.
Yeah.
And another story about when God took Abraham up on the mountain, he told him, "Look up at the stars. That's
Come
how many
on.
descendants you will have."
That's how
He
many
wanted
descendants you have.
Abraham to get a vision
To
of what
see it.
he was about to do in his life.
Oh, you finna preach. You see this right
Listen,
here.
baby.
This is one of many. One of many. You see that? It's glittery because it's a lot. Okay. And that's just one.
Baby.
And I write it down and I put down ideas and you start to mark them off and make them happen.
Listen, I tell people 20, 30 years from now,
Okay.
when my father's generation is gone, they're gonna need somebody to talk about history. And
That's
I
right.
want to be that person. Like this type of stuff I'm right now studying the Voters' Rights Act and stuff like that.
That's
That
right.
the average person won't be able to talk about, and to teach people real history since they're taking it out of schools. Somebody got to teach it.
We gotta teach it, or it's gonna be gone.
Gone, baby.
And they so scared that they're gonna get it in K through 12 and say, "Oh, well, it just it make the white kids feel so bad." Black children been feeling bad and feeling uncomfortable and being traumatized in schools, out of schools, and in every aspect of life, in every area of life forever. And so now you want to talk about that. You can't get mad at me for dreaming. Guess what? A man from another country got him a jet. Say that.
Come
and
on,
what's
now.
wrong with it? When you put the work in, you deserve it.
Listen,
why not? You deserve it.
And you got to be okay with people talking about you living your dreams.
Why you getting it?
Being different, getting different things. Again, like I said earlier, if you are the same person you were 10, 20 years ago, then
it's
something is wrong.
Something is
wrong.
And you need to change your circle because you need some motivation, baby.
Baby.
You need somebody to tell you, hold my hand, let's jump. You want to leap? Let's leap.
If you want to make 6 figures, you better start hanging out with people that make 6 figures.
That make 6 figures. That's right. Because they motivate you to want to get there.
A person that's making $40,000 can't teach me nothing.
You better
can't tell me nothing.
Because I'm trying to get past that.
I know what that's like.
That's right. Now, been there, done that.
Hey, your circle means something. Your circle influences you.
Right. Motivates you. It can either help elevate you or it can pull you down, And you'll know those people that are for you because they're going to cheer you on while they're getting theirs. They're going to be motivating you, saying, this is what you need to do to get yours. Come on, do this with me. Let's go do this together.
Iron sharpens
and they're going to support
iron.
you. Iron sharpens iron.
You better know what to say, Marcus. Come on now.
Come on now. Marcus want us to pass the collection plate or something. A giraffe never take advice from a turtle. You better say it because they got a whole different view of how things look and what's going on. And I am not a turtle.
That's why I tell people, when you reach a certain level, you got to expect to be talked about.
Yeah.
You got to expect to be talked about.
Yeah.
It's a part of life. And you can't let it.
That's right. And people say, well, hey, you got to this level and then you change. Now, that's right. Cash out. Don't ask me what I'm doing. Ask me what's my cash out. Dr. J. People say, what you doing? You see, I'm out here hustling. I'm trying to do this and I got so many plans with what I got going on. Ask me what my cash app is. That's what they're the kind of people I need in my circle right now.
I know that's
right. People I need in my circle. So yeah, cheer for people, encourage people to step out on their dreams and to do what it is that they really desire in their hearts to do. You know, when somebody tells me, oh, I would want to do this, I want to do that, my response to them is always, well, why haven't you guys started? Have you written down or researched what it takes to get it done? Do it. Go for it. Just start.
Yep.
That's what you gotta have. Well, Sister Felicia, I might just do that. Do it. What you need me to do?
And sometimes that's it. That's what they need you to do, to just say it, just do it, to tell them.
Get them to see the vision, to visualize it. Okay, but when you think about the bottom, we will not go back. You got that right.
And it's another quote I always tell my students. You know, he said, reach for the top because the bottom is too crowded.
Crowded. It is.
It's crowded at the bottom.
It is. And people will try to pull you back down there. So again, be careful who is in your circle. And people may say, well, you acting different now. Well, I am different. I bless you. I wish you the best, but I have moved to here. And so unless you're going to get there with me or go with me, I have a book I'm working on now called Purposed Friends. And you know, called Purpose Friends. And it's gonna be something, you know, because everybody can't go into your purpose with you, and everybody doesn't understand it. And so for those people, you wish them well. Come on, Marcus said, I done shot it off my couch.
They can't go.
Again, Dr. J.
Listen, I had to learn this. You know, when I tell y'all I appreciate my journey, right. I appreciate my journey. Listen, I appreciate my friends that betrayed me.
Okay, that's it.
Appreciate good friends.
That's
I appreciate my friends that talked about me.
That's right. Because you motivated me to show you, baby. You made me, not stop.
It made me be strong to walk in any room by myself.
Come on.
See, a lot of people, they need the crowd to walk with them. They need friends to cheer them on. And I did for a long time until when God showed me, listen, where I'm taking you, they can't go.
And I'm with you, and we going in this room. I'm gonna open the door.
I started getting on stages, and I started to see this is what he was talking about. Yep. You got to be ready for this, and everybody can't do it. Everybody won't understand.
Prepare yourself. Purpose friend. Yes, ma'am. Be looking out for it. It's gonna come.
Ooh,
it's gonna come. And I felt that in my belly when I wrote it, Dr. J. I was like, this right here, this gonna be deep. Hello, somebody.
Listen, I'm telling you, I felt that in my spirit. And your friends serves a purpose and a time and a season. And don't be afraid to let some friends go. I don't care, y'all been friends 30 years.
That's right.
That's probably the only time slot God wanted you all to be friends. Let people go.
Right.
And be okay.
Right. And you know what us mentioning there, let me just say, I don't know if you had a chance to see any of my posts from my book launch I had at Meridian, but those ladies that were there with me, Dr. J, purpose friends, because we have known each other since elementary, junior high, and high school, you know, and some of us are so close, we call each other sisters. And so for me, after all these years, for God to put those people in my heart and my mind, I just think back to all those years ago. This is one of the purposes that he had for us to connect and become friends, that I would choose them out of all these years. And it was the perfect synergy. They showed me so much love. I was overwhelmed and emotional about it. When you got a group that care about you, to look after you, that got your back, to cheer you on, you know, one of them said, all I want you to do tomorrow is step into the room. That's it. We got it.
That's love.
That's love. And I felt it. I think we all felt it. And so that's a gift in itself. But that's a purpose, a reason we met and we're friends all the time. Even with you and I, you know, we met at Tougaloo, speaking at the event at Tougaloo.
And I don't even remember how we met.
It was that event at Tougaloo. It was
which event?
We were talking to some students about something, and Jakirani was there that night. I think that's the first night that we met. I got a picture somewhere of that, but that's when we met, and we kind of just, you know.
Wow, I don't remember. Wow.
It's been a long time.
There are no mistakes.
No
And
mistakes.
that's always how we like to end the show with, motivating people, inspiring people,
Baby,
that's
Marcus said
right.
you can outgrow
We
people. All
outgrow
credit don't
people.
transfer.
Ooh, baby, and it's okay. It is absolutely okay. Y'all stop beating yourself up. You're blocking your blessings for the new people God is trying to send in your life
You better
for your
say it
new seasons. So
for
let
your
go.
new position and your new
Yes,
place.
indeed. Yes, indeed. They not qualified. They not
It is
qualified for the new
okay.
position.
Put that in caps. That's right, Marcus. It is
Hey Marcus,
okay.
what's the scripture about trying to put old wine into a new
New
sheepskin?
skin. You can't
Baby,
do it. You can't
it's
do it.
outgrown. It's outgrown that space.
Even cell phones need an upgrade. Okay, let's stand for the benediction. Let's stay. Deacon Gordon done
Woo.
shut it down. Even cell
Listen, we
phones
need
get
Marcus,
upgraded.
Tammy, and there's somebody else on here. We need y'all to give us y'all benediction, baby. What's y'all final words? We
What's
want to
your
make y'all
final
proud of the
word?
show. And Katisha, we appreciate y'all for holding out with us. Y'all make the
Yeah,
show better. I
that's
love it.
right. Let's get
Offering
that
time.
motivation.
Ah,
Offering time. You better say
that's
it,
right.
Tammy, because he showed us stirred it up.
Listen, like they be saying, Creflo Dollar and them, if you have enjoyed this broadcast,
That's right. Go look, Dr.
you can
J, start
donate now
practicing now. That's right. Say it
to
now.
Get Fabulous.
That's right. And make your fabulous donation.
Yes,
Sorry.
indeed. That is our ministry, baby. Donate, Camp Fabulous. Keep this program
That's
going.
right. That's it. That's it. Because that's
Oh,
what
I'm
we
glad we
barter
did
by.
this. I'm glad we did this, Felicia.
I missed it. It was a long time coming. It was
Yes, a
time.
long
I
time.
missed you. I miss seeing your face. I miss hanging out
Oh,
with
thank
you.
you.
You know, it's
Thank
one thing to
you.
see you on social media, but it's different to talk to you and actually see you and see you smile and laugh and talk with you. So this was refreshing for my soul, and I love it. It's an honor that I'm even a co-host, Dr. J. You know, I was excited about that
Oh,
from the jump because that was one of the things on my list that I wanted to do, and so I was like,
wow.
look at God, He gave it
Me
out
too.
to
That's
me.
why we're gonna keep doing it. If it's just us
That's
that
it.
show up, hey,
That's
we're
right.
gonna
We're
keep
gonna get it
doing
done.
it. I remember before I read what Marcus wrote, I remember when Creflo
Mhm.
Dollar said when he first got started, he said he told God he gonna start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock came when nobody there. He said he
Hmm.
started still setting up and preaching like he was preaching to a whole crowd of people.
Amen. That's
So hey,
right.
you still got it. You still got it. Let's see what Marcus say.
He put
And
that
no
scripture.
man put the new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles
Mhm.
shall perish. But the new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved. Boy,
And both are preserved.
and both.
Come
We
on.
enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all
Come
so
on.
so
We
much.
enjoyed you all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Final
That's all
words.
right, Dr. J.
Final words, Miss Felicia.
Man, just get you a circle that can see your vision. Get you a circle that can see your vision and will grab hands with you and help you to go there. Y'all pull each other there. So, in other words, just be a circle full of people that have the motivation and the desire and drive to write that vision and make it plain. Y'all can run together. That's all I got.
I heard that. Amen, amen, amen. Well, my final words. God put it on my heart to share this poem by Mary Ann Williamson.
Okay.
Powerful words. Listen to the words. And it goes like this. Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is your light, not your darkness, that most frighten us. We ask
Yes.
ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous, talented, brilliant, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around us. We was born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not
Amen.
just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. I
Mm.
hope our presence here tonight liberate you from your fears. God has put something in your heart. Go out and do it. I don't care what you need. I don't care what they said about you. I don't care where you come from. You can still do it. I believe in you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you all so, so much. Thank you all. And check us out again next week. Same time, same place.
Yep. See ya.
We wanna be ya. Bye.
To stay informed about what's happening right here in Jackson, Mississippi, keep it locked to A View from the SIP.